Okay, hello all. In this video, like I would say, like about my what to say Ruby book, and I'll be talking about how to install Ruby and what are all you. I'll be telling like what are all you need to get started with Ruby and where to get help and all those stuff, right? So yeah, let's get started. So my book can be found over here. I-love-ruby.gitlab.io, right? So that's the place you can read it online, okay, and or you can what to say. Somebody has put some Persian version, but that Persian stuff is only translated a bit, I think. So I don't know who he is, but he has just put it. I'm happy that somebody, my book is worthy enough to translate to Persian, but after some time, yeah, it's all like English. But yeah, like I don't know why he has put like that. But yeah, somebody has put Persian version, so that's the thing. And yeah, you can get PDF and EPUB, but this PDF and EPUB will lag a bit, like, but not much, but it'll just lag a bit right now. But once this book is really solid, like it becomes like this. Once this beta has been removed, I think it'll be much more solid. Like the online version is the one that's been updated quite often, right? So that's the thing, right? So yeah, let's go to the online version, right? So yeah, like Ruby, actually, it was been invented by this guy called Mats. Okay, I hope we can get his image. No, 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 not this guy. Right? Okay, right. Okay, it's his name is Yushiho, whatever, right? Hmm. Uh, I don't know why they have put Python cookbook. Okay, yeah, somebody has made a. I don't know, either he's teasing us or like somebody has really photoshopped this image. I'm not sure, right? So okay, so this guy name is Mats and all those stuff, and he invented Ruby and all those things, and you can see him on Twitter here. So like I follow him on Twitter. Sometimes he replies to one of, I think he has replied to one or two of my tweets. Okay, so Mats, yeah. So yeah, this is his profile. Yeah, I will put it in links and all those stuff, right? So, yeah, he's a very nice guy. Like that's what even Ruby people say. If maths is nice, we are nice. And what to say? Thankfully, we Ruby guys haven't gone to Microsoft because Microsoft is never nice. So we'll never be nice if we followed that. Okay. So yeah, he's a very nice guy, and that's what we will say about him. And I want to say what are all the prerequisite to get started with Ruby. Okay, so you need to have a Ubuntu. I would say okay, have a Ubuntu OS. Okay, so something like that because okay, I'm using Mac, but the thing is like if at all you run with problem with Mac, the amount of support you get is very less. It's very pricey, and even the people who are so-called the Mac genius in the Genius Bar or something, they have simply have no idea. Like I've contacted Mac support, and people simply don't have any idea. Like looks like Apple has hired some bunch of guys, and then what to say, without any training, have just put them in. So that's the thing. So it's very bad. So I would say like use a Linux. Okay, use either Ubuntu or something like that. There is a thing called Raspberry Pi 400. Raspberry Pi 400, right? So this is a very great computer. This is a cheap but very great computer. You can install Ruby in that. I will tell you how to install Ruby in Linux and all those stuff. But unfortunately, I use a Mac. Okay, it's my bad luck. I got it. But yeah, like Raspberry Pi is really good. So and it costs very less. All you need is to buy a kit. In India, it costs 8,000 rupees, and you just need to buy a monitor. Let's say the monitor costs 7,000 rupees. So, with 15,000, you have a computer with which you can learn Ruby, possibly run Rails, and start your business and all those stuff. Okay, so that's the thing. And okay, and I would say like you need to know about Linux because like Ruby, you either do programs for command line Linux and or like you want to code software that will be put in Linux servers ultimately, right? Ruby on Rails or some website and all, it'll be running in Linux servers. Or there is like massive data processing systems which I worked with Ruby Kafka and RabbitMQ and all those stuff. They will all be in Linux. So I would highly recommend this site like linuxjourney.com. So once you get a Linux computer or get Linux installed on your Windows computer, I think the only purpose of Windows on computers is like it's like the only purpose of Internet Explorer on a computer. You just in Internet Explorer you download Firefox and you install it so that you'll get a better, more privacy secure browser. In a Windows computer, your first duty should be to download Linux and install Linux in that computer so that like Microsoft won't track you and your development experience will be good, right? So that's the thing, right? So there is a thing called RVM. I think I didn't put its link over here. But the thing is like you need to install a thing called curl. I've got Ruby installed using a program called ASDF that is on Linux. Okay. So okay, let me just exit this one. Yeah, last video I told about Cliss, right? So this would have been ready. So if I just put it, it'll just go to I love Ruby, right? So yeah, this is a tool that's been coded by Ruby. I think I forgot to tell it in last video, so that's the thing, right? So, but yeah, anyway, let's come back. So, there is a thing called RVM. So, I think it's available in rvm.io. So, this I need to put it in my book. So, what to say? Like, you need to follow the exact stuff that's been put over here, right? So, or like you can follow the thing that is in my book. Somehow, the thing that is in my book seems to work, and I don't know why. And when I followed this thing in this website, it doesn't seem to work. At that time, I followed some tutorial or something like that, and I got it right. Okay, so you install a thing called curl. Curl is a program that downloads stuff to your computer, right? And that's the thing, and it actually displays it on your screen, I think. There is some security keys you need to download. I really don't know why it's needed, but yeah, in Linux you need to do that, right? And next, what you just do is you just install this. You just get the script, and I think you just put this pass this bash stable. I think this will get the latest Ruby. Oh, sorry, and what to say? This will pass to bash. I think so. Bash is nothing but the terminal you have in Linux. Okay, so in my Mac, I have a thing called item. In Linux, you'll have something called bash and all those stuff. And then you run this command. Like this will say that, okay, this will say to the command where, what to say, Ruby is there and how to load it. Then you close the terminal and open the terminal. Put this, what to say, bash as. Once again, close it and open the terminal. I'm just telling you a foolproof method, okay? And then you can just put like okay, yeah, so this is all to install the RVM. Okay, so all these steps are to install the RVM, and then you just put RVM install Ruby. So I think the latest version 303 should get installed, or you can put something like RVM install Ruby 303 or something like that. Okay, so that also you can put 303. Okay, so anyway, it won't work. I'm using a thing called ASDF. Okay, so that's the thing, right? Okay, and if you put like Ruby hyphen V, you should be getting something like this and all those stuff, right? So so in my terminal, let me put Ruby hyphen V, almost the same, but the thing is it shows that this is Darwin. Like Mac OS uses a thing called Darwin kernel or something. It's supposed to be open source, but I'm not sure. Like companies don't like to give away their secrets and all those stuff. Okay. Okay, the ID. Actually, I use a thing called Atom. So, but I over here have told about a thing called Genie. Okay, so the reason why I've told about Genie is like it doesn't have autocomplete. It is very basic ID only with color coding in it. Okay, mostly I don't think it even doesn't even have autocomplete, but it's a very simple ID. Okay, so that's the thing. So but yeah, you can also use Atom. So Atom can be got here in atom.io. So I will update. these things in my book. Okay, so and there is a thing called VS Code. Okay, VS Code is also becoming popular. Okay, so but mostly in this tutorials I'll be using Atom and all those stuff. I'm not going to VS Code because it's Microsoft, even though it's open source or a free software. I think there is a difference between open source and free software. Okay, so I hope it's a free software, but I'm not sure. So that's the thing. And Atom is being released by a company called GitHub, which is now unfortunately purchased by Microsoft. But still, like, yeah, I hope like there is some good non-Microsoft elements in GitHub and they are maintaining Atom. So that's what I just think. That's my feeling, but I'm not sure, right? So that's the thing. And yeah, so these are the online resources. The thing you will get in online resources like rubylang.org. Right. Okay. So, okay, Ruby in 20 minutes. Okay. Right. You just go to this community section in this Ruby Lang, and there is a thing called Ruby user group. Okay. Or, okay. Okay. Yeah. You can check for Ruby user group and all those stuff. There is a thing called Ruby, what to say, talk. Okay. So, this is what to say. Uh, Yeah, so you can go here. Yeah, there is a thing called Ruby Talk, okay, and subscribe. You can just give your email over here and submit form. So your email will be added to this Ruby Talk, and you'll be getting latest updates about Ruby. So this I haven't put it in my book. This I need to put it, so I will do it. Okay, so that's the thing. There is another vibrant community in Reddit. Okay, so Reddit, I don't know, like it contains passionate people, but be careful. Suddenly, if some guy thinks like what you have posted is wrong or something, you'll be really persecuted in Reddit. Okay, so and don't worry about the comments in Reddit if they offend you. Like people over here tend to offend people, so that's the thing. It's very good. It feels nice to offend others, but when you get offended, no, it's not a good feeling, right? So, personal experience, right? So, that's the thing. So, even if somebody just put something, don't worry, right? So, that's how Reddit is, okay. There is another thing called Ruby Flow, which I would like to show. So this is also a very good community, and what to say, like, and you will get any latest updates about Ruby over here, and whatever you put over here gets very high hit rate or something like that. So if you've written very nice blog, if you're putting this videos, all these videos and all, I'll be posting it in Ruby Flow also, right? So that's the thing. So Ruby is a very look for a programming community. It is very important, like for a programming language, okay, and that too a free software programming language. And today I think almost all programming languages that's been used today are free software. That's and almost nothing has been controlled by any one big corporation. So those that have been controlled by corporations are not good enough. Okay, so that's the thing. So that's a victory for free software. Anyway, thanks to Richard Stallman. Okay. But the thing is, like, yeah, for any programming language right now, okay, since almost every programming language has become free software, the community is very, very important. So yeah, Ruby has got a very, very vibrant community. Okay, so that's the thing. And next, what I would say is like go to Twitter. So and just search for Ruby. So that's the thing, and you will be getting a lot of Ruby stuff, right? And a lot of non-Ruby stuff too. Okay, right. Okay, so just okay. What about hash Ruby? Okay, right. Hash Ruby. Yeah, hash Ruby seems to be somewhat good. Okay, 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 okay. Oh God. Okay, right. Right. So hash Ruby. Oh God, this one. Okay. So what about like Ruby programming? Ruby programming. Ruby seems to be such a common word. Okay, so this is what I used to use to search Ruby programming and all those stuff. Okay, so that's the thing. Uh, okay, yeah, this one seems to return better results. Okay, so Yeah. So yeah, and recently Rails got released. Rails is a very, very popular Ruby web framework, but I hope that's not the only popular web framework in Ruby. Unfortunately, I hope like what to say, what to say like I hope like many other frameworks in Ruby itself should come up to what to say compete with Rails. But the thing is, yeah, Rails seems to be the top one and all those stuff. So you can search for Ruby, hash Ruby, Ruby programming, and all those stuff, and you will get something, right? So that's the thing. Right? So just Ruby, no, it doesn't cut in. So you need to put hash Ruby and Ruby programming to. And isn't there any what to say? Shouldn't we? I'm just asking this to Ruby people. Like, shouldn't we put a hashtag like something like Ruby underscore lang? That means Ruby language. Okay, so we should be promoting something like that. And look, this is only very less or something like that Ruby lang. But I think if somebody is tweeting about Ruby, they should put this hashtag Ruby lang. So that should be some kind of what to say a default so that like people know how to search Twitter for Ruby updates, that is like Ruby programming updates. So these are all the things like where you can get what to say updates about Ruby programming language, right? So that's it. Okay. From the next video on, let's get started and let's start coding with Ruby and all those stuff. I hope you will enjoy this video series. Anyway, so yeah, so we just saw about where to get help. Before that, we saw how to install Ruby. And yeah, and I forgot to say one thing about getting this book. Yeah, you can get this book over here, right? Okay, but if you want to code, yeah, you just go over here, right? And you will see a folder called code. Okay, so and possibly you can, let's say you want to get this program array or something like that, click on it. Okay, and there will be a button called download. Okay, or if you want to get everything at once, okay, what you can do is like there is, you just go over here, not code. Okay, wait one second. You just go to this, oh god, oh god, oh god, where is it? Yeah, you just go to this repo like okay, just come to my website. Okay, I love ruby.gitlab.io. All right. Okay, you have this read online. Okay, you have this getting this book. And okay, so you just go over here, right? And you just click over here and you just download it as zip or tar gz or whatever it is, whatever your operating system supports. Okay, if you're doing it on Mac, I think it only supports zip. For Linux, it supports zip as well as everything, right? And in that you will have this thing. Okay, this, when you download it, you will get the entire book as well as the code. Okay, so and inside that you can find this folder with all the code and all the stuff, right? So yeah, that's the thing. And I hope you found this video useful. So please try to get Ruby installed from this website rem.io. So and what to say, let's see in the next video. And if you're having doubts, yeah, you need to get help from somewhere, either from Reddit or from the Ruby community or something like that, or try to put a comment, but I don't think I'll be answering it or something like that. It all depends on whether I have free time or not. Okay, so in case you have doubts, okay, so that's it. Okay, let's see in next video. Bye.